We're back, baby, for another edition of Across the Plains. It is late. We all went to the Wolves game tonight. It was entertaining, but Giannis and the Bucks are going to Giannis and the Bucks. We got more cameras going for more YouTube content. Make sure you check it out. Follow the socials, of course, as well. To my left tonight, wearing the same jersey.
Yo, rocking the Maple Jordan season as he had a pretty nice game tonight. Yo, this is your host, Marcell, a.k.a. @Styles_Rapids. Oh, I'm
Maple
sorry.
Jordan season?
Oh, I'm sorry. You pointed to me, so I just went ahead.
You said me. You said my name.
Maple Jordan season. Yeah, he had a good game tonight. But it's your host, @Styles_Rapids Marcell. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, please.
Jake the Rookie, back again, starting late like the Wolves at the Target Center tonight.
My God.
That was unbearable, but we got through it.
I forgot about that.
I showed up late.
Absolutely. And last but not least, it is Will. You can find me on Twitter @TrillSteenson. And if you haven't followed the socials, make sure you do that. Instagram, Twitter. We got polls, rankings, NBA power rankings, fantasy rankings. So make sure you check that all out.
They're awesome every week, too.
Yes. We're going to get through a lot tonight, and very quickly we're going to talk a little Gopher football. They have a big game coming out with Penn State, some Timberwolves basketball, and some NFL stuff.
Yeah.
I think we can go ahead and knock all that out.
Yeah, we can run through it. We'll sprint through it. Don't worry, we got this. Quick,
Go first.
Yeah, go for prediction. What you get? What's the first question? When's the last time there was a game this big? You guys think?
In my memory of watching Gopher football, which is, and I haven't been a huge following of them, but I definitely catch games every once in a while. I've never been this, and I've never experienced this much anticipation for a matchup before.
Maybe ever.
Yeah,
I'd have Gopher history, no.
No, not at all.
I could bring up crazy upsets and things, but never anticipated game.
Never expecting a huge clash of titans. Last time Gophers were 8-0 was 1961, and we went to the Rose Bowl. So, we'll see.
We're gunning for it this year. If we win, I think we have a good shot.
Yeah, I mean, Penn State's number 5 right now in the nation. That's a top 10 team. You knock off number 5, you better be sliding into that top 10.
Absolutely.
Considering 1 or 2 will be going down this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Alabama, LSU, that is.
And if they can win the Big Ten championship, that might even put them into BCS.
Honestly, well, we can get to that a little later, but let's get through Penn State first. But honestly, I don't believe it's having any shot against Ohio State. But
we'll see. We gave them a run for their money last year in Ohio State.
So, are we all predicting a Gophers win? Are we all homers right now?
I think so. I think it'll be a tough, black and blue, old school, grind it out, because I believe it's supposed to snow as well on
I like
Saturday.
That it's a home game. I think that will
is
help
huge.
us out. Because Happy Valley is a hard place to play.
It is. They probably would have done a whiteout, too.
Yeah.
They definitely would have done a whiteout for a ranked opponent.
Oh, yeah. Easy. So, should be a grinded out game. Control the clock, control the ball, play solid defense, no turnovers. That's how you win the game.
Absolutely.
I like Gophers by, I think they could win. I think they get 30, 38.
You think the
38?
I think they put up numbers.
I think the weather will play a factor, and I think it'll be a tough, close, 17-20 score.
You're right about that. The weather definitely might.
I've
liked how the offense has been looking.
Yeah,
the last
controlling
week.
the clock, running the ball. I do want to see what the line is right now for betting purposes.
I believe Penn State is a 3-point favorite, something along those lines.
Well, definitely check that
Penn
out.
State's a 6.5 point favorite.
That's a Saturday.
A one-score game.
Yeah, one-score game, and I think it'll be a one-score game, like a 3-point game.
So,
Gophers win.
That's Saturday at what time?
11 a.m.
All right.
So I really want to pick Gophers to win this game, but this just seems like the type of game they would lose. At home, I think it would be a very close game. I think it's going to be back and forth all the way through. And honestly, I think Penn State's going to win it with the field goal as time expires.
No, the win.
I really want Gophers to win this game, but
weather.
This is the type of game Minnesota sports lose.
Penn State,
and hopefully maybe this overturns it. Maybe this ends the curse.
Yeah,
it's hard to disagree with you there. It really is.
But I mean, I feel if they win this one, then they have all the momentum, and they're still gonna have to win out to have any shot at BCS biz. But that would be probably the biggest Gopher win in what?
Oh, I couldn't.
Definitely in my lifetime.
Definitely in my lifetime.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen a team with this many wins so far. So.
8-0, yeah, this is impressive.
Seriously.
Also, according to weather.com, it is not supposed to snow Saturday.
So we'll see.
So, a few flurries, but nothing major. Yeah, nothing major.
What's it called? Winter vortex.
All right, what about you, Will? Wrap it up. What's your Gopher prediction?
I'm gonna go with the home team, the Gophers. I like them.
Row the boat.
Yeah, I can't say I've been following them too hard, but I do want to go with you and just say, this seems like the game that a Minnesota sports team would lose. We have so much hype coming into a home game, but I think we do it. I think the college team.
Great fans of Minnesota are always so negative.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the atmosphere is going to be great. I think a lot of Gopher fans are going to come in and be ready and think that they're going to win.
They at least sell it out, or else it's embarrassing.
I'm sure.
They have to sell out. If they don't sell out, that's just a big slap in the face.
It is
Minnesota sport. But
speaking of Minnesota sports,
this is just one of those. It's just Minnesota history to lose these games.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's just how they are. Unless they're Twins World Series.
We'll move on.
Move on to pro football.
Yeah.
How
really,
about them Vikings?
Yeah.
That was a gut. That was just a straight punch to the gut. If you want to lose on the road, personally, I think I'd want to lose that game-winning 44-yard field goal.
Yeah.
As time expired, I'm okay with that. You played in it. A couple, poor decisions coachingly, a couple poor play calls, but if you had the chance to win the game on the road, you couldn't, but you also couldn't get that stop, so what are you going to do?
So I think I think it is really funny that Mike Zimmer is
his seat's getting warm.
No. I don't think that. I think it's funny that he's 6-1 against starting quarterbacks and 0-2 versus backups this year.
Oh, this year, yeah.
That's funny.
That is a hilarious stat. 6-1 against the regular starters, 0-2 against back. I mean, I guess technically Mr. Trubisky started the Bears game, so I guess that wouldn't count. But Chase Daniels played most of that game.
This one was not on Zimmer at all.
Ooh, I disagree, man.
Yeah.
That dude made some questionable decisions.
The timeout at the end I didn't like, but Kirk Cousins, bad throws. Interior linemen, they didn't know what they were doing.
Chris Jones is a monster, though. He can't sleep on KC's interior defense.
So something that I saw was the Vikings I think we're
Dalvin had no holes.
Yeah, I think we're 0-11. Kirk Cousins is 0-11 as a Vikings starting quarterback when we
trail in the fourth
quarter. In Washington, in a 3-year period, he led the league in game-winning drives during that stretch.
Yeah, which is so weird.
So, I mean, at a certain point, do we have to look at late-game play calling? Because that is something that has been a question of Zimmer's throughout Zimmer's career as a Vikings head coach, even before he
also missed a lot of throws.
He did.
So
he absolutely
got to
did.
put it on him a little bit.
The offensive game plan coming in was really interesting to me. 3 straight passes to start off the game period was really, really weird and kind of out of character, and we didn't run the ball as much as I thought it was. Alex Madison only had six rushing attempts, and then
how many does he average? How about
you saw
he averages about 12.
About 12.
He almost had a great touchdown grab. That was awesome.
That would have been sweet. But yeah, man, disappointing loss. Everybody in the NFC North lost, but everybody in the NFC North lost. That could have gained ground on the Packers. Could have created more separation between Detroit and Chicago.
So
that Dan Bailey missed extra point really bit us in the butt, I think, too.
So
I mean, we lost by 3.
We did lose by 3.
Yeah,
sure.
It's just so very uncharacteristic.
We would have been up by 1 at that point.
Yeah.
It's very uncharacteristic of our defense just to be allowing those big plays. I mean, Damian Williams had a 91-yard touchdown run. Tyreek had
Did you guys see Tyreek Hill catch him on that?
That
dude
was
is
absurd.
That dude is
insane.
He just loves to run.
It's hard to put a Tyreek Hill 54-yard touchdown or however long it was. Put that on the Vikings defense because it's Tyreek Hill.
It's Tyreek Hill.
Two big touchdown plays it's just something that the Vikings cannot do if we want to be competitive in this league, and that's just. It was very disappointing.
Trey Waynes allowed 6 catches for 140 yards.
Our cornerback.
I like the defensive play calling though. I liked our blitzing and.
Well, Mike Zimmer's the most creative blitzer in the league.
He is. Yeah. I'll give him that, but I think our cornerback play is starting to become very concerning.
But you can't put that on Trey Waynes. Like Tyreek Hill is pretty hard to cover.
No, I'm not putting that. I'm saying overall, Trey Waynes and Xavier Rhodes and Mike Hughes has looked all right. Yeah. Holton Hill's not ready, but Trey Waynes has always had question marks and holes, and I think now we're really getting exposed by Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah.
And how much he helped our secondary by him being arguably the best cornerback in the league over the past 2 years, and now he's just playing.
Exactly.
They're targeting him.
Exactly.
How often do we see the quarterbacks targeting Xavier Rhodes?
Case Keenum and that rookie tore him up in that first half.
It was crazy.
What Marcell had just said, Mike Zimmer is the most creative blitzing minds of the modern football era, and we can't get creative with the blitzes if the linebackers have to sit back, if Harrison Smith has to sit back and play coverage because Xavier and Trey are getting burnt.
Exactly.
You can't blitz if you can't have lockdown corners, and that's just the nature of the game. If we have to play more zone coverage, we have to play more zone coverage and get better pressure from our front four. That's really what it is. Run the dang ball more. Stop trying to get too cute. Stick to who we are. Grind it out. Gary Kubiak. Zone running scheme. Let's get back to that. Maybe even bench Pat Elflein for Brian Dozier. Or not Brian Dozier. Dakota Dozier. Shout out Brian Dozier.
Yeah, Elflein has not been playing well.
But I was just going to say, I don't even if we ran the ball that game, it wasn't working.
That's true. Well,
the interior linemen were a step slower.
They were a step slower, but that's a tough call because, Cook still had 21 attempts for 71 yards, which is it's not terrible.
Yeah, and
but
a lot of them were off of rushes where he got hit in the backfield.
That is also true.
Did something.
Yeah, that's also very true. We tried to get too cute. That's really the end of the day. Came out, play action, incomplete to Thielen. Next play was next play he gets injured because he's running a deep route.
Where are they going next week?
Jerry World.
They're in Jerry World
Sunday night.
Now, okay. Now, if the Vikings win this one, I think then
that's
it's
a
time.
huge one.
Yeah, that's a huge one for Kirk and the Vikings.
Because then you've got Denver at home.
That would be Kirk's biggest win as a Viking.
As a Viking, easy. Yeah, easily.
Absolutely.
And it's not like Dallas looked unstoppable tonight.
They're still a division leader, and it would be a huge win
in the NFC East.
Yeah, especially in Jerry World's a hard place to play.
Yeah, that's very true.
Absolutely.
Also, other NFC North news: Packers looked horrible against the
Chargers.
Awful. They looked horrible against the
Chargers,
but they're still 7-2. So
they're 7-2, but
they had the same problem. Their interior linemen weren't looking that good.
I was gonna say the Packers' defensive rush is terrible, or run game is terrible.
Yeah, their pass rush is elite.
So something that I saw was a point that I saw brought up was that when Devontae Adams plays, their record is worse and they have a worse winning percentage. Now, obviously, it's a larger sample size, but they just run the ball so much less, and they just win when they run the ball.
Without Devontae Adams?
Without Devontae Adams. They run the ball more because he's been out 4 weeks now, and he just came back.
Yeah.
His first game back was this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Jones only gets 8 carries. Jamal Williams gets less than that.
Aaron Jones was like a top, they were at least 10 fantasy back each of those weeks.
They were talking those two are top 10, top duo backs.
Absolutely.
In the league. I was thinking, what?
Yeah.
They were also trailing pretty early.
Yeah, so. I do think that these become trends for both teams. I think the Chargers start to trend up. Russell Okung's back. Maybe Melvin Gordon hops into form. Hunter Henry's back from
James
injury.
will be back soon too.
Derwin James back soon. I think the Chargers start to trend up and maybe make a push for the AFC wildcard spot because the race isn't as tight in the AFC as it is the NFC. I think the Packers, they kind of start to trend down.
Well, let's see who the Packers have next week. They have the Panthers at home.
Yeah,
which is a tough.
I do predict a
big Christian McCaffrey game.
Seriously.
Let's go.
Also, and then before I talk about the Bears, Lions lost a close one. But they did lose to Oakland. So
Derek Carr's been looking great this year.
He has been. He tore up that Lions defense. He looked really good.
That defense did not look. The Lions defense.
Derek Carr 20 for 31, 289, 2 touchdowns. Man was cooking, 1 sack.
So it was fun to see all 3 of those NFC North teams lose. But man, so I want to make it. I want to make it official.
Let's move on to the Bears. Let's hear it.
Mitch Trubisky freaking sucks.
He needs to go this offseason.
He's got to go. Well, I don't think we can move on from him this offseason. Only because I don't know what. Unless you're going to overpay Teddy Bridgewater or trade for Nick Foles.
Teddy Bridgewater will be worth the investment. In
Teddy Bridgewater is fantastic in the Saints system, and he should not leave New Orleans.
Teddy Bridgewater is a great quarterback.
the perfect fit for you guys. What are you talking about?
You guys need Teddy.
I disagree. I think Teddy Bridgewater is the best quarterback for the Saints, and I think he needs to stay in New Orleans for when Drew Brees retires.
But
I think that's the perfect spot for it. It's the perfect system where it focuses on running backs and really their number one wide receiver. They don't put their quarterback in any bad situation. Matt Nagy has not conquered that yet.
But that's a simple offseason. That's a simple offseason change in philosophy, though. And, you go sign Teddy, a great game manager who we just saw do that, and finally, I guess, proved to the football world that he's a good quarterback in this league and can manage the game well, because that's kind of been his whole his whole career. But if David Montgomery's a rookie, if you can go into this offseason saying, hey, front office, we need offensive lineman. Let's go sign an offensive lineman. We need a guard to move the pile forward. Going into the draft, we need an offensive lineman to move the pile forward. Get David Montgomery more involved in running downhill. And then all of a sudden, that play action opens up for Allen Robinson and whoever is your other...
Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah, and Taylor Gabriel.
So, I feel that. But my biggest thing with Teddy B is just the perfect quarterback for New Orleans. He is the perfect backup for Drew Brees. And I think that
he's the perfect quarterback for Zimmer.
I think everything that he needs to be successful is available for him in New Orleans. I don't think that's available for him in Chicago. Allen Robinson is a good wide receiver. He's not Michael Thomas. David Montgomery, hopefully, is a good running back.
He's not Alvin Kamara.
He's not Alvin Kamara, or neither is Tariq Cohen.
But the Saints defense is
and Matt Nagy is not Sean Payton. Saints defense has been at worst on par with the Bears defense. Bears defense has taken a small step.
Akeem Hicks hurt.
Just kind of wrap up the Bears. I know the Bears have quite a few holes in them that probably need to be addressed. A lot of those get covered if your quarterback simply plays better. He was 10 of 21 versus no touchdowns, under 200 yards versus a bad Eagles secondary.
A really bad Eagles
secondary.
Not
acceptable. And Matt Nagy does not trust him anymore. He does not believe he can move the ball down the field. I mean, even his two best passes, a deep one to Taylor Gabriel and a deep one to Allen Robinson, were both underthrown. Even though one was completion, one was broken up. Great play by Jalen Mills. But they were both underthrown, and they were his best pass of the day.
Jeez. So does Chase Daniels get those reps even though you open up as 2.5?
If it wasn't for if we had almost anyone be our backup other than Chase Daniels, just Mitch Trubisky with less mobility. I really wish Mitch. I think his
accuracy is a little bit better.
I do too.
I watched Chase make some terrible decisions, man.
That is true.
Some terrible decisions.
But he at least sees the guy open and hits him.
True.
Trubisky
short,
sees a
yes.
guy.
Deep, no.
Okay.
So
short, yes. Deep, no.
When is the season over then? Do you think?
I'm just about done, man.
Yeah.
Trubisky can't even do it short, though.
Being that bad against the Eagles is not acceptable.
Yeah,
being that bad against the Eagles and Chargers is not acceptable. I have no faith he's going to do well against a bad Detroit secondary next week.
It's way too tight.
Our defense got to win, and it's way too tight. I don't think 10 wins. I don't think you could survive. 1 or 2 10-win teams might get into the NFC. I think there could be as many as 3 or possibly 4, and 2 of them are going to get left out. So 11 or 5 is really the only lock you have to make the NFC playoffs.
Yeah, well, I think the team with the worst record in the NFC to make the playoffs will be the winner of the NFC East. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it depends on next week because obviously the Vikings at 6-3 go to Jerry World.
Yeah.
They just became 6-3.
Oh man!
So we'll see what happens with that. The Eagles
schedule is pretty easy.
It is. I was just about to say the Eagles schedule is pretty easy. The worst team that may make the playoffs, the worst record wise, may be the Vikings at I couldn't even tell you now.
Yeah, I think it's either going to be the winner of the NFC East or the 6th seed of the NFC. It's going to be one of those two.
Yeah. And it's looking like the 6th seed in my opinion. But that all, again, depends on next Sunday night's game in Jerry World.
Yeah, going to be huge. Looking forward to that.
Actually massive because the Bucs choked away a dub in Seattle, too. So
Russell
they improved to 7-2. Yeah,
MVP.
Russell Wilson. And they got Josh Gordon in 2 weeks now.
I think next show we should do a mid-season MVP pick.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't have time.
If only we'd done that last week, I would have been like, that boy Kirk, he is balling right now. Mid-season MVP. I'm like, oh no.
Just to wrap up Week 9, I'd just like to mention that the Patriots lost and the 49ers are still undefeated.
Also, Browns are horrible.
Browns
are terrible. 49ers are legit.
They're legit. They play Seattle at home next week.
Okay.
Monday night.
Personally, that's the first team I think they've legitimately played.
It's also going to be the best Monday night game we get so far. So
yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
we'll be here.
That was. God, that Ravens game. I don't know if you guys watched it. That was a great game.
It was a great game. Shout out to Lamar.
They opened it out the first quarter, and they started. They just came out firing, and then there was definitely moments in that game where, as a Ravens fan,
you probably got a little nervous.
You got a little worried because there were times where Tom Brady was just moving the ball at will.
Working, yeah.
It was insane. There were a couple of drives. He was just throwing the ball, but then Lamar Jackson would come back and make just incredible plays.
Also, last note from me at least, Tom Brady definitely got away with saying the N-word on live television, and nobody's batted an eye. That's just me. If you go watch the tape, Ed Reed and him pregame are meeting in the huddle, and he said, you the head to get you. You're my kryptonite.
I saw Ed Reed. He said that he didn't say it.
Listen, you know what? I'm gonna wrap it with this. Tom Brady deserves it. All right, we'll give him that.
Ocho Cinco said something about that.
We'll give him that. All right. So this is actually a good segue. I just pulled up. Warriors won tonight. They beat the Blazers. Yeah,
both those teams
that was Will's
32nd
team in the league.
Went from 1 to 32, and now
there's
right
not
back
even
up
32 teams in the NBA.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he put 2 G League teams above them.
No, whatever China team Lance Stevenson plays on.
Is it the Shanghai Sharks?
Yeah, they're Shanghai Sharks.
Yeah.
They're good.
They are good. Well,
so let's talk some NBA basketball. We all just left the Wolves game, which is why we're recording super late. Wolves game got off to an hour delay because the hoop was crooked, the rim was crooked. So it took them an hour to figure out whether or not they were going to switch the hoop out or not. They decided not to. They were able to fix it. Again, it took them an hour to decide that they were just going to fix it instead of just switching it out.
I know.
So
they brought a whole nother hoop out.
Yeah, just for them to not use it.
Brutal.
So it's been a long day for us. But
the refereeing was also terrible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we have to address that the way the first half ended.
Oh my goodness.
They reviewed a call twice.
The same
that
call.
was like 10 minutes.
The same call twice.
10 minutes on a shot that shouldn't even have counted.
Was it Secaucus? Is that
Secaucus?
Secaucus, yep. Secaucus said, "Yep, that's a charge," and Milwaukee said, "No, it's not."
That's
basically what happened. Secaucus said, "Yep, that's a charge. Good call, ref," and Milwaukee was like, "No, it wasn't. You're going to overturn. You're going to watch this again."
With the NBA coaches challenge, are you allowed to challenge under 2 minutes?
Yeah.
And
in the first half, yes.
And the thing is they counted the layup even though the buzzer went off and the ball was in his
hand. So
missed it.
No, he made it.
He made the layup.
Yeah, he made the layup.
Oh,
so
angles.
That call
then he shot the free throw, and then they didn't start the clock.
Yeah,
it was all just
that call was actually correct because when he gets fouled, that's when the clock is supposed to stop. That's why they counted the basket even after.
It's a
it was super. Yeah, it was super close. Yeah. But that was technically correct. But again, my biggest issue was that they reviewed that twice. But as far as the Wolves, first half was everything I hoped for. Competitive, super close. We were knocking down shots. Our defense was okay. Wiggins played great. Wiggins played great really the whole game.
Yeah,
honestly.
he did.
He kind of disappeared in the third. He didn't have much of a presence.
We were getting blown out.
At that point, you need to establish your presence.
Covington had a great first
half.
But Bledsoe killed us in the first quarter. He opened out. I mean, our 3-point defense and Bledsoe absolutely killed us in the first half. I mean, it was just they were just taking open three after open three, and then Bledsoe was getting into the lane. Giannis was, doing what Giannis does, just getting into the paint at will, which obviously you can expect. But it was, it was a tough game. Obviously, we're playing against a really good Milwaukee team without our best player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not, I guess, taking an L on the night isn't the worst part about it. It's just the way.
I think it was very well predicted.
It was just the way that we lost, though.
I'm not surprised by that either.
How many times?
I just didn't want to see the third quarter Wolves of
the door was open.
I guess I don't know the stat on this, but I'd like to see if how many offensive rebounds the Bucks had off missed free throws of their own.
I want to know how many the Wolves have given up on the year, because that has been a thing I've noticed.
It's been very bad. What's really crazy is that they actually have a very high defensive rebound percentage.
Yeah,
but off of the free throws we've been giving up.
Yeah,
I don't know
a lot of
they're
offensive
10th in the league in defensive rebound percentage.
Yeah, a lot of offensive rebounds allowed. Okogie did not play well tonight.
All right, so I was telling this to Tresdon, man. I cannot stand when Josh Okogie brings the ball up. If there's any complaint I have for the Wolves this year, please stop allowing Josh Okogie to bring the ball up.
He's just a downhill wrecking ball, and it usually ends up in a turnover.
He's an off-ball player.
He is basically Shabazz Muhammad, but a much better defender.
I would say he's worse at offense, better at defense.
Shabazz could score.
Yeah, Shabazz could score.
Yeah, man.
Never forget when the Wolves beat the Warriors, one of their 9 losses.
Shabazz dropped 35 that night. Yeah,
never forget.
Watch those highlights.
I just, anytime Josh, as soon as I see Josh grab a rebound, take off, I cringe, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't look up. And
just run straight
downhill. Right downhill. I love his energy, man. But Chris Paul is your mentor, man. You have to be better in that area. Andrew Wiggins played great tonight.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's not say great. Andrew Wiggins played very well tonight going against a Milwaukee team while the Wolves were shorthanded. So I got to give it up for Maple Jordan tonight. He, 25 on 10 to 21 shooting, I believe, 4 or 7 from 3.
He took good shots too.
Yeah, he took his shot selection has been much better over the last few games.
Only 2 mid-rangers.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Both of them were actually in the rhythm of the offense. One was in a 2-for-1 situation. The other one was really the best shot available.
Yeah, I think there's only one shot that he took all game where I was like, oh, that's probably not a good shot. But that was only it. For Wiggins, that's great. And, every player is going to take usually one or, every scorer is going to do that. But, yeah, moving back in the Wolves, since last Monday, we've played 3 games. Unfortunate.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we started on Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
We played
Philly.
We played Philly. That was another tough loss to a good team. The famed Cat Embiid fight. The kerfuffle. I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm not one to make as much of it as other people are. I mean, Embiid's just a troll.
He is.
They're blowing out the Wolves. Cat got frustrated.
I'm very glad Cat did that.
Yeah,
especially in a blowout. If it was a close game, that'd be a different story. But in a blowout, you're just tired of him, man. It
was kind of funny too. Joel Embiid feels like he likes to represent the streets of Philly until he ran into a real Philly dude in Cat.
That's from the East Coast, man. You don't mess with them dudes.
Don't mess with those dudes.
Yeah, it's that kind of same thing. It was just the Wolves kind of disappointing against good teams.
We've only played. I'll say 3 because I think Miami is really
Miami's
good.
a good team
without Butler.
Yes, I think they're good without Butler. Man.
I have them higher than the Wolves in my power ranking.
Yeah,
I do
true.
too.
Go check them out.
Check them out. By the way, anyone else? Anything else on the Wolves before we move to some quick NBA stuff?
I'm done with that game anyway. So
I predicted it to be a blowout loss. Everything I wanted to see happen in the first half, everything I thought would happen.
I wanted the Wolves to go 2 out of 3. I wanted the Wolves to win either the Philly or the Milwaukee game.
I didn't think they were going to win either, but I really like to see them win this next 2 and then beat Denver, and I think that would be a great way to transition. Real quick, can we please stop? Why are you guys hating the Phoenix Suns, man? They're a top 5 team in the league right now.
So after their win tonight against the 76ers, I will definitely be updating the power ranking.
Without Joel Embiid.
Without Joel Embiid.
Doesn't
but
matter,
I mean,
they're
without their starting center too, Both of them without their starting center.
DeAndre Ayton is not on the same level as Joel Embiid.
He's not, but he's a double-double starting center who's, he's their starting center. You got Aaron Baines bricking threes as opposed to DeAndre Ayton giving you, 18 and 10.
Aaron Baines has played well this year.
I put him in. I didn't put him as high as you.
Yeah.
They have the 3rd best net rating in the league, man. Don't sleep.
I'll definitely
They're looking good. I actually just recently watched the B-ball breakdown on the Suns. It's a good one. Go check that one out.
Yeah, no, I didn't get to watch it, but
my
I did
AC is
notice
on.
Oh, they're
like
4th.
Perkins.
They're 4th in net rating now. Man, don't sleep on Phoenix.
Devin Booker.
Phoenix has been nice. Again, this is just the first.
Lights out.
It's just the first 2 weeks, man. Phoenix should be a top 5 team in the first 2 weeks.
Emerging as an early candidate for head coach of the year. I mean,
yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's going to have one of those stories where he just kind of turns around that franchise. I think this is the guy to do it. NBA players, just the NBA community loves Monty Williams.
They do.
They really do. I mean, players love him. Everyone loves him. I think that's a huge
good
form.
Acquisitions too that are
absolutely. Aaron Baines, Saric, Ricky Rubio.
2 former Wolves.
They got the Europeans
and a technical Wolves draft pick in Cam Johnson.
And Kelly Oubre Jr. is looking really good this year. He's improved his ball handling a lot.
And then another quick NBA news. So the Warriors beat the Trailblazers tonight. I do not believe D'Lo or Draymond Green played.
Draymond's missing time.
D'Lo did play?
I think D'Lo
okay,
played.
So
D'Lo did not play.
I don't see. I'm looking at some highlights right now. I do not see D'Lo on the court.
And they still beat
their rookie, Eric Paschal. I have no idea. 36 and 13 tonight.
Yep.
From Villanova.
So shout out to the Warriors for getting this is also their first win in their new arena. So in Chase Center. This is their first win.
That's what a good organization does for you.
And that's disappointing for Portland too, because that was their chance to get their first revenge game against them, and they blew that. So,
absolutely.
Any other NBA news? I'm trying to think. LeBron and the Lakers look good.
LeBron and the Lakers look great.
Luka Doncic looks good.
Luka looks great. You know, I saw something that simultaneously in the same game, Luka became the youngest player to ever score 30, 10, and 5, and LeBron was the oldest player to ever have 30, 10, and 5, and it happened in the same game. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, they had a great win against San Antonio. Danny Green hit a huge shot to send it to OT. That was a fun game. But
sweet.
Yeah, the Lakers have been playing great.
They're figuring it out.
Yeah, they're figuring it out.
They're making it work, and their roster is over.
Clippers are looking good.
Yep,
they've got.
Houston's defense looks horrible.
Love to see it.
Houston, we got a problem.
All right, so
they have the third worst defense in the league right now. Houston.
Love to see it. Who's got the worst
for the NBA?
Golden State.
Biggest surprise and biggest for good and bad.
Biggest surprise is the Phoenix Suns for me.
For good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. What about a team that's disappointed?
It's got to be Golden State, but they've had injuries to be fair.
Brooklyn.
I can go with Brooklyn. But
yeah,
I don't know.
I respect that.
I got to go. It's hard not to go with Golden State, but yeah, injuries.
Brooklyn's healthy.
Teams that are healthy, yeah. Brooklyn, I got to have Brooklyn up there. I have them very high. Indiana has also been pretty disappointing to open the season.
Well, they started 0-3 and then won 3 straight.
Yeah, so we'll see. Malcolm Brogdon has been playing great.
What about the
Utah's
Knicks as always?
Nah, Knicks, they don't surprise
me.
The
Knicks are just gonna Knicks. You know?
Yeah,
it's got to be the worst franchise to be a fan for.
I think Miami's been a pleasant surprise for me.
Hey, man, don't sleep. Miami was my 4th seed, man.
Yeah.
Don't sleep.
No, that's a great pick. I think Miami's definitely a pleasant surprise this year.
They surprised me.
I think they're going to be a good team. I mean, I think they're going to be better than most people expect. Got a lot of solid players. Bam Adebayo was my most improved player, my prediction there. Tyler Herro.
Yeah, Tyler
could be
Herro
Rookie of the Year. I don't know. It's going to be a tight race this year, though.
Yeah,
it's going to be a tight race. RJ Barrett's been playing great.
Yeah.
Tyler Herro's been playing great. Kendrick Nunn of Miami.
Yeah.
We got. If we're talking about Miami, we got to talk about Kendrick Nunn. Most points in his first 5 games since KD.
What is a Kendrick Nunn?
What is a Kendrick Nunn?
What is a Kendrick Nunn?
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, I want to hear everyone's biggest surprise. Timberwolves. Who's the biggest?
On the Timberwolves?
Yes. What has been the biggest thing that's impressed you?
Probably how well our chemistry is between everyone. I think that's what the big. I figured that. I thought that would take a little bit, but they have just found they're clicking. Yeah, they're clicking. I know they didn't play super great tonight, but they were playing Milwaukee.
Yeah. Mine is team defense. Like, we knew going into the season, the offense wasn't going to be a problem at all. It was the defense that had some question marks. And can you play a full 48 minutes of team defense?
Yeah, we're doing great on helping. And
we're the best fourth quarter defensive team in the league, too.
Ooh,
outside of tonight, that probably hurt.
So while I look that up and we wrap up, so just kind of
for mine, it's going to be 3-point shooting. I'm just going to say that.
So my only issue with that is we're just shooting a lot instead of making a lot. We have like one of the worst percentages in the league.
But I'm still surprised that we're shooting
the volume.
A lot.
Yeah.
I've never seen this from a Timberwolves team.
I'm not surprised. Ryan
it's not
Saunders
like multiple sets for like Cat, Wiggins, and Rocco. Just those.
Everybody's shooting.
Everyone, yeah.
Yes.
So just kind of talk about this.
I guess that's the new NBA.
Yeah, it is. To end the show, just kind of talk about real quick the stuff that's going to be happening before our next one. Wolves will be playing Memphis Wednesday. They will be playing Golden State Friday, and then they play Denver at home. Oh, they play Golden State and Denver at home. Denver Sunday. Mm-hmm. Vikings will be in Dallas Sunday night.
Jerry World.
Bears, Mr. Trubisky's probably going to be bad against another bad secondary but they're at home against the Lions. And then Gophers play Penn State Saturday.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, we've got some big sports coming up.
Yeah, so I think that's
definitely
going to be the big one. Yeah, a lot to talk about next week.
During some Monday Night Football where we'll see if
and a great Monday Night Football game next week as well.
For as much as I want the 49ers to lose so I can be like, haha, I told you they're frauds, I kind of need them to beat the Seahawks so they can fall to 7-3.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maple Jordan season, baby. Signing off. TradeD_19. Go give the socials a follow. This is another 25th edition of Across the Plane.
Something like that.
I think so.
Around that.
Yo. This is Marcell, a.k.a. at Styles_Rapist Life. Cats MVP season, man. Right now, Basketball Reference has him as the number one.
It's true.
As is the number one favorite right now. But we got to keep winning. When he comes back, we got to keep winning. Follow me, Twitter, Instagram. Go like the pics.
It's Jake the Rookie. Thanks for tuning in. We hope to see y'all at the next show.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And, last but not least, here it is, Will. Find me at Tresdon. And as you know, check out the social if you haven't already. Next week's going to be a great show. Like we said earlier, we got a lot of fun sports coming up. Thanks for coming to hang out tonight, and we'll see you next week.
And a YouTube video or two.
Peace.